right, welcome to your Power Yoga class today. We're going to start at the top of the mat. And so I just want you to close your eyes, find a mountain pose, maybe pull the fingers back. Think about taking your big toes, make sure your toes are facing forward, and then just spread softly all the other toes. And then not gripping with the toes, just start to stand. Cultivating your Ujjayi breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And try to see if you can make your breath balanced. Maybe 4 or 5 second inhale. And a 4 or 5 second exhale. And if possible, and I know that's a little hard, I'm going to make these first vinyasa classes just a little shorter, about 30 or so minutes, because I know our attention span right now is not great. But as much as possible, put everything aside, every worry, every stress, and see if you can just focus on what is possible on your mat today. And if your mind starts to wander and the thoughts come in and out, just redirect your attention to what's going on. We're going to have a vigorous yoga practice today. So if you need to pause at any moment, holding some of the poses a little bit longer, feel free. When comfortable, bring your hands to your heart, thumbs pressed to your chest. Maybe find a few words of gratitude and thanks for this day. And I want you to set an intent for your practice, maybe a dedication, maybe an offering of hope for everybody that is a little scared, a little afraid, and sending that message out into the world that we're all connected, we're all part of this larger picture. And there's not one person that isn't affected by this, which kind of unites us together as people. That we're all vulnerable, and yet we're all strong. We're all equal in so many ways, even though we sometimes focus on our inequality. We're all connected by our equality, by what we all have in common, what unites us together. And I want you to focus on that for your practice. Focus on all the ways that we are united and that we help each other and that we strengthen each other. And start looking more for how we can be a beacon of hope and light in this world. How we can help strengthen each other through this process. And then take your hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. I just want you to take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And just exhale, sigh it out. Nice, open your eyes. Bring your hands down, bring your big toes to touch. Reach and extend the arms up. And just let the hands press together. If it's comfortable, reach your arms both over towards the right side. And I'm going to reach that right arm down and just kind of touching the side of your leg. Think about reaching that arm over as far as you can, really lengthening your side body. And then on your inhale, reach the right arm up and then extend the left arm down. And try to reach that left arm over towards the side, opening the left side body. And just walk your fingers down a little bit more, kind of crunching in. And expanding the right side as you're compressing into the left. We're going to reach the left arm up, inhale, coming back to the center, exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, gaze forward halfway. And on this first one, just plant your hands down, step out into your plank pose. Shift your shoulders so your shoulders and wrists align. And then draw the knees down, uncurl the toes, and as slowly as you can, see if you can start melting the heart down. Lengthen your legs a little bit, so take those back. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, and just squeeze your elbows down towards the earth. Try to relax the legs. Exhale, lower. Take the toes down and then push yourself back into child's pose. Reach your fingers forward. And just kind of melt your heart down for a moment. If it's comfortable, walk the hands forward a little bit more and keep the ribs plugged in towards the thighs as much as you can. Let your bottom kind of come up and maybe relax the toes a little bit. If you can, keep pressing the arms down. Find a point that is comfortable for you, not uncomfortable. And I want you to stay here a breath. And as you exhale, allow your armpits to come down just a little bit more. Thumbs and eyes might find each other. On your next inhalation, roll a little bit forward and then walk your hands back so your wrists and shoulders align. Pressing up through the shoulders. We're going to work out the wrists a little bit. So just taking the hands so the fingers face towards the edges of your mat and move a little side to side. And just kind of check in, see what's going on with the wrists if you can, making these little circles. And going both directions. And then pressing the hands forward. I'm going to place the palm up and just do one at a time. So you can straighten out the elbow. And just maybe roll a little side to side. If you can, try to squeeze your thumb and your fingers in and see if you can find all of them. So you're touching pinky, fourth, third, second, third, fourth, fifth. Nice. Stretch that hand down. Do the same thing on the other side. So turn the palm up. Try to get the whole hand down so all the fingers are down, back of the palm is down. If this is really uncomfortable, bend your elbow. If not, see if you can straighten out and try to squeeze your thumb and your fingers. That one doesn't want to come. Touch the fourth, fifth, second, third, fourth, and just keep going back. And you might find you're stretching into something. Again, try to keep that arm as straight as you can. One more. Nice. Release, bring the hands down. Curl your toes, press back into your downward facing. Scissor your knees a little side to side. See if you can walk your hands forward. Find a wider, a longer downward dog. And then try to pull the heels down, stretching into the backs of the heels, the Achilles, giving them a nice stretch. And see if you can start lifting your toes a little bit. Micro bend your knees and pull your bottom back. Almost like you're opening the back of the inner thighs. And just press yourself away as much as you can. Now rise up on your toes, shift forward, find your plank. And your plank should be pretty straight, so your shoulder and wrists align. And that way you don't have to keep readjusting or walking the feet back. Pressing yourself back into that longer downward facing. And then let's shift over to the right side, finding a little side plank. So push into the outer edge. And bend to the left knee and see if you can straighten out the right leg a little bit. Maybe reach and extend the left fingers over towards the right side. And maybe turn and open the heart just a little bit. I'm going to bring that left hand down. Do the same thing on the other side. So I'm swiveling. I'm going to straighten out the left leg as much as I can and then reach the right arm forward. And just keep the right toes down. Bend the knee. And coming back to the center, bringing both legs back in, and just slowly start to walk forward towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, bow into it. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Reach the arms up towards the side. Inhale, lengthen, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Drop the shoulders a little bit. Take the hands to the heart, thumbs pressed to the chest. Toes are going to come back together. Inhale the arms. Drop the shoulders, exhale, fold and dive. Inhale, gaze forward halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, walk or jump back, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. We're gonna bring that right leg up. So right leg comes up, right knee towards nose, round your spine. On your inhale, extend the leg back. Exhale, round. Inhale. On this one, I'm going to hold here around, press up as much as you can, and try to bring your nose towards your knee. Release, bringing the knee down, so if you can touch the ground, and then bring it back up. We're going to do 5 like that. So dropping it down, and then exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, plank. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bring that knee forward, find your lunge. So bring your right foot between your hands, inhale the arms and find that high lunge. Try to pull your weight so your right knee and ankle align and stretch your arms up and pull your shoulders down. Let's stay here, breath. And start to drop that knee down a little bit. And see, can I reach up and just find this little buoyancy in the knees? Just about 3, and 2, and 1. Bring the fingers down, step back, downward facing. Ripple forward into your plank, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. I'm going to bring that left leg up, knee towards nose, around your spine, pull your back body back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. And this time I'm going to bring that all the way forward. I want you to drop the knee down and see if you can touch your nose towards your knee. Round. Inhale, down. Exhale, round. Inhale, down. Exhale, round. Last 2. Inhale, down. Exhale, round. Last 1. Inhale, down. Exhale, round. Step your foot between your thumbs. Find your high lunge on the left, reaching the fingers up and kind of pull your left knee forward as you pull your right heel back. See if you can find a little bit of buoyancy in the knees. So bench the back knee and just start to do these little movements. So let's find 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprinkle the fingers down, step back, downward facing. Chin in towards chest, ripple forward as slowly as you can. Find your high plank. Spiral over towards the right side. Bring your right foot down, left leg stacks on, find side plank. Reach and extend to the left arm up. Now if you can, take your left toes and you're going to step right behind the right leg. Lift up and reach the left arm towards the front. Now I'm going to bring it down, drop the hip down a little bit, and you're going to spiral back up. So really kick up. And then exhale, lower. We're going to do 1 more. Maybe with that left hand, touch the ground. When you're ready, left arm comes back through. And then bring the left foot down and stack the left foot right over the right. And that right arm comes up. And then start to extend and reach the right arm forward, stabilizing on the left. And then take the left toes back behind, or right toes back behind you. And then open into your wild thing. You're going to reach and extend, and you're going to bring that bottom down. Inhale, extend, reach the arm back. Exhale, lower. Find 1 more. Reaching up and see, can you touch the ground with the right hand? When you're ready, right arm comes all the way back around. Find your plank pose, shift forward. Lower down chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Stay here for just a few breaths. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And just kind of checking in how your body feels as you're waking up. We're going to keep the big toes together. This time that right leg comes up, gaze forward between the thumbs. Bring the knee all the way forward. See if you can touch your knee right between the thumbs. And then pressing back into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward and then try to touch down a little bit. Inhale, extend. Last one. See if you can touch down. Touch your knee towards your nose. Step your foot between your thumbs. Find your lunge. Reach your arms up. This time, hop that back leg in just a tiny bit and bend the knee. And we're going to find little jumps. And you're going to kind of jump up. Let's find 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. reach the arms out. Reach back as far as you can. And then swing the arms forward and find the hands back behind you. Inhale, sweep the arms around, open the heart. Swinging back forward, swing through. Last one, inhale, reaching the arms back, opening the heart. And this time, take the fingers down towards the ground, knee towards the nose. So retouch, send it back, three-legged dog. See if you can shift forward into your plank. Maybe hold here, maybe drop the right toes, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up. Left knee towards the thumb. So remember, you're bringing that knee down. So you can touch down towards or between the thumbs. Reach back. Exhale, stretching forward. Inhale back. Exhale, stretch forward. This time, knee towards nose, touch. Step between the thumbs. High lunge, reaching the arms up. Find your lunge. Pull your left knee forward, your right heel back, and then bring that right heel in just a tiny bit. Let's find those little jumps. Yep, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, reach the arms back. So really open your heart. Stretch through that back leg, and then reach the hands forward and back. Inhale, windmill them around, open the heart so you can find a little bit of a back bend here. Exhale, stretching the heart forward, hands back. Last one, inhale, open, really reach back, squeezing the left knee forward, right heel back, gaze up, and sprinkle the fingers forward. Bring the knee towards the nose, bring it back into your three-legged. Exhale, pressing forward, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Stay here for a few breaths. And just stretching the arms out as much as you can, pulling the heart down, and then kind of pull your belly button in towards your top ribs, maybe gazing towards the ankles, the knees, the navel. Keeping the ears level with the shoulders. Soften the knees just a little bit, lifting the arches, activating the Mula Bandha, and keep your Ujjayi breath. And so you're going to rise up in your toes, gaze between your thumbs, bend your knees, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms, lift up. Drop your shoulders, exhale, take your hands to your heart, check in for a moment. All right, inhale, reach. Drop your shoulders, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or jump back, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Right leg comes up. We're going to bring that right knee over towards the right shoulder. We're going to slide it down to the wrist. Slide it back up to the shoulder and then back over towards the back of the room. Bring that knee forward. Exhale. Inhale. Send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale. Shoulder, wrist, shoulder, back. This time we're going to bring that right foot over to the outside. So I want you to go as slow as you can. See if you can go for 5, 4, to the pinky, 3, and 2, and 1. Press the heel down, find your lunge pose. So I'm going to pivot so my hips are going over towards the left side, my toes are facing over towards the right. Reach and extend your arm up. Micro bend the left elbow. Maybe bring that right elbow in and twist your body as much as you can. We're going to place that right hand back down. Spiral back so your toes are facing towards the long edge. Find Skandasana. So reach and extend your arms out and open. Think about taking your left arm, maybe behind your back. If you're able to bind, you can take it back. If you're not able to bind, don't worry about it. If you're up onto the heel, that's okay, and you can keep the hands down. I'm going to reach the arms back behind you. Open the heart. Stay here a breath. We're gonna come up from here. So I'm gonna swivel back around. Bring your foot back into lunge pose. Inhale. Bring that knee down a little bit. Let's find those little jumps for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your lunge. Reach and extend your arms out. Take and extend the hands back behind you. Right thumb on top of left. Open the heart, open the chest. Pull your right knee forward. Pull your left heel back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Start to lower so that right shoulder is coming towards the inside of that knee. Let the head come down towards the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. On your inhale, slowly release. Hands come back up. Exhale, taking the hands down. Knee towards nose. Three-legged dog. Ripple forward. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up. We're gonna bring that left knee over towards the shoulder and then bring it down to the wrist. Back up to the shoulder and then inhale back. 2 more times. So exhale, shoulder, down to the wrist, up to the shoulder, back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Bring it down. And up, inhale. So I'm going to start to bring that left leg over. Maybe the leg is straight, maybe it's bent. Goes 5. 4, we're going to try to touch down with the pinky. 3, heel first. 2, and 1. Bring the heel down. Nice. Open your heart, reach and extend to your left arm up. Start to swivel yourself over towards the side so your toes are facing in, finding your twisted pose. So your toes are facing over towards the left side. Bend your right elbow, reach back, and maybe bend that left elbow, gaze up. Find a deeper twist. So you're gonna bring the left hand down, face the left toes towards the long edge. Find Skandasana, so the toes on the right are gonna come up. Reach the arms out as wide as you can. Open the heart, open the chest. Maybe take the hands behind you. Find a bind. Breathe. Stay here 1 more breath. When you're ready, right hand comes down, pivot back, find your lunge pose. Inhale your arms, reach up. If you need to hop that back leg in, you can. Find those 10 little jumps for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms down. Extend the arms back behind you a little bit. This time left thumb comes on top of right. Lift the heart and then start to extend the shoulder. So the shoulder's going to come a little to the inside of that left leg. A little bit more unstable since we're in a lunge pose. So work on squeezing the inner thighs, maybe working that leg back. And keep drawing the shoulder blades back as the crown of the head reaches down. Pull the Uddiyana Bandha in so the belly is pulling towards the spine. Stay here for a breath. On your inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades up, back, up towards the center. Lift the arms and then sprinkle the hands down. Left knee finds the nose. Step back, 3-legged dog. Shift and ripple forward, finding your plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. So you're gonna rise up on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump towards the front of the mat. Bend your knees, bring your big toes to touch, find Utkatasana. Sink down as far as you can. So when you're here, kind of sink your tailbone back, reach your arms up. Now keep sinking down and see if you can bring your bottom all the way towards the ground. If you can, reach your arms forward, extend the legs, finding your boat pose. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Stay here for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your right leg over your left and pull your knees in towards your chest. Reach your hands down, pivot yourself over just a little bit, pick up. Bring yourself down, reach the arms back, uncross legs up. pull the shoulders back, gaze up as you do this. Maybe bring the big toes to touch, spread the toes as much as you can, staying here for 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time, left knee comes over the right. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Reach your hands down. Push up. Bring yourself back. Bring your hands back, legs back. And this time, we're going to come into our Ardha Navasana, our half boat. So start to lower your tailbone down. Really engage the core. Staying here for 5. Lift the heart. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Bring yourself back into your chair. Push up. Nice, fold forward, take your hands to your heart, dive, tailbone left, head comes down. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, walk or jump back, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. So, right leg comes up, right knee is gonna swivel over towards the left side. Bring the left heel down and plant the outside of that right heel. Find your fallen triangle. Lift and extend the arm up. Bring and extend the left arm forward. See if you can touch the earth. Inhale, coming back. And exhale, reaching forward. One more time. Lifting that arm up and then bring it all the way forward. If you can, plant the hand down. Bring that knee back into your chest. Take it back up towards the sky. Bring your knee towards your nose. Round your spine. Step between your thumbs. Inhale, high lunge. Bend your knees. Find those little jumps for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back behind you. And this time, pivot that left heel down. We're going to find that humble warrior. But this time, kind of bring your head so your chin is reaching over towards the left side of your mat. Right shoulder is going to snuggle down. I'm going to push my weight right into that right heel. Bring the crown of the head almost to touch. If you can get it to touch, let it touch. Staying here for 5. Pull your left arch back. 4. Keep hugging your right knee in towards your shoulder. 3. And 2. And 1. On your inhale, push through. Let's find warrior 2. Nice. Right arm comes up. Exalt your pose for a moment. Press into your right knee. Make sure your knee and ankle align. We're going to come into warrior 2. Come back, skandasana. Lower down. Reach those toes in. Bring that heel in a little bit and stretch. And pull your heels in towards one another. So you're keeping the legs really active. Open your arms. So keep pulling your heels in. And then stretch your right toes forward. Right arm reaches in that direction. See if you can come back up, warrior 2. Right fingertips come down. Sprinkle down. Round your back, knee towards nose. Press back, 3-legged dog. Shift and ripple forward, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up. Knee comes in towards the chest and then spiral so the right heel comes down and that left foot presses to the outer arch. Stabilize on the left arm, bend to the left elbow, reach the right arm up. Start to reach the right arm as far forward as you can so you can touch the ground. Inhale, extend it back up. Exhale, maybe touch. Inhale, extend. Last one, see if you can touch. And then bring that arm in. Bring the knee back in, extend that leg up. Knee towards nose, round your spine and step between your thumbs. Inhale, lift the arms up, those last jumps. Let's find it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that back right heel down, bring the arms out and interlock the fingers. Again, left thumb comes over the right. Bring your left shoulder towards the inside and try to bring the crown of the head down towards the left heel. Let the arms relax over the head and keep pulling the crown of the head down. Push to your outer right arch, keeping that right leg active, staying here for a few breaths. And just notice when you're in these poses, what is working? What is struggling, both mentally, physically? When you're ready, slowly start to come up. Let's reach into that warrior two. Think about bringing yourself back into Skandasana. Opening the heart, opening the chest. We're going to bring that leg in a little bit, so hop that left leg in. Squeeze the heel in. See if you can open up a little bit more. And then when you're ready, press your weight into the left foot. Come back into your warrior two, straighten out. If you need to walk that back leg, do that. Reach forward a little bit, palm comes up, exalt your pose. And walk your fingers back as you push into that left knee, pushing into the outer right arch. Staying here for a breath. And when you're ready, slowly start to sprinkle the fingers down. Rotate, coming back, knee towards nose. And then stepping back, three-legged. Shift and ripple forward, plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Chin towards chest, downward facing. Staying here for just a few breaths. And when you're ready, rising on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump, find your chair. Bend your knees, sink down. So pull your bandha back, reach your arms forward, and slowly start to melt down. Find your Navasana. If you can, try to touch the bottom and then reach the legs out. Pull the shoulders back. So reach the arms up above the toes. Kind of rotate the shoulders out, staying here for 5. Spread the toes, big toes together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time come down into your Ardha Navasana, so lower down. Find 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up into Navasana. Find 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down Navasana, finding 5, and 4, 3. I know these are hard too. And 1. Up into Navasana, finding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the heels down, find your chair pose. Nice. Take your hands to your heart, dive forward, tailbone lift, head comes down. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, walk or jump back, plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Right leg comes up. Let's bring that right knee towards the nose. Round the spine, hold here, and so you can touch the nose to the knee. Stay here 3, and 2, and 1. Step between the thumbs. Bring the arms up. Last jumps. So bring that knee down. Let's find this little 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Sprinkle the hands down. Hold here and slide the back leg out as wide as you can. Round your back, so lift your ribs up off that right leg. As much as you can, start to shift your weight into the right heel and the right big toe, and start to slowly bring that back knee in, and just touch the back knee. So it's going to touch the inside or the back of the right knee. So you can touch down towards the ankle, and then bring it back up. And we're going to just find 10. And up, 9, and 8, and 7. If you're able to do this without your hands, feel free. 5 more, and 4, round, and 3, and 2, and 1. Step your left foot behind, finding your curtsy. Take your hands in, sink down a little bit, and then press yourself in so the knee comes back. So you're going to sink down into curtsy, twist, and then bring yourself over, touch the back of the knee. Keep that right knee bent. Let's find 5 more. Bring yourself in. And 4. Try to touch that knee down as much as you can. And 3. And 2. Find me a spot to focus on. Last one. And when you're ready, extend that left leg back behind you, maybe straightening out the arms. You can keep that right knee bent, or you can straighten it out, whatever feels best for your body. Last lunge, taking the left toes down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Turn the right toes in, find Skandasana. Bend your left knee, pull your heels in towards each other, and see if you can open. If you want to bind this, feel free to bind. And just keep pulling the heels actively into getting that deeper stretch. When you're ready, you're going to turn back towards the front of your mat. Bring your right knee towards your nose. Step back, three-legged. Shift forward into your plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, left leg. Lifting that left leg up. Bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine, and try to touch the knee. Hold here for 5 and 4. Keep pushing 3 and 2 and 1. Step between your thumbs. Let's inhale the arms, reach up. Find that right knee comes down a little bit. We'll do those little jumps for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Keep the arms up. I'm going to bring the hands down. So I'm going to sprinkle into the fingertips and try to lift the ribs so the ribs actually come off that left leg. Now if you can, push your weight into your left heel, your left big toe, and start to lift the right leg. And you're going to bring that right knee in. Right knee's going to touch the back of the left knee, and then see if you can bring it down towards the ankle. Bring it up and down. You're going to find 10 like that. And if you want to do one hand or even no hands as you do this, you can bring it to no hands. 5 more. And 4. And 3. Pressing in. And 2. Last one. And you're going to bring your right foot over, lift up, find a curtsy. So you're going to find a curtsy, you're going to actually sink down into this left hip. And then I'm going to touch the right knee into the back of the left. So it's a curtsy, and then touch. Curtsy, touch. Finding that balance. So curtsy into it, and touch. And curtsy in, and touch. You have 5 more like this. And touch. Last 4. Squeezing into the glutes. And 3. And 2, I'm feeling that bar class. And 1, and keep that knee in, turn, and extend the leg back behind you. Find a warrior through, maybe reach those arms out. If you want to sink down a little bit more, bend the knee. If you want to straighten, you can straighten out. Find your balance, stretch your toes back behind you. When you're ready, bend your knee, bring your right foot lightly down. Inhale the arms, stretching them. Exhale, lower, knee towards nose. Send it back. Bring yourself forward into your plank pose. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and just take a moment, kind of stretching out the body. Finding little hip circles. Bring your knees down and push yourself into child's pose. Walk your fingers forward a little bit. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And bring yourself into table, curl your toes, glide back downward facing. So when you're ready, pivoting your right heel down. This is our last thing we're doing today. We're going to come into Vashisthasana. So I want you to maybe bend the right knee a little bit. As you're here, see if you can start straightening out the right leg and keep a micro bend in the right elbow. Maybe the left knee lifts. If you can find the toe, you can grab onto the toe and start pushing the hips up. And staying here for 5. Maybe gazing up for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. When you're ready, release your left toes. Softly bring the left foot over towards the left side. And then pivoting over to that side, try to press the left foot down, bend the left knee. Press in, bend to the left elbow, start to straighten out the right leg. Maybe reach the right arm up. If you can, start to stretch and straighten out the left. And that might be enough. You might be able to bring that right knee up. You might be able to grab onto the toes and maybe start extending the leg up. As you're here, root into your big toe, pressing through, opening the heart, staying here for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. And this time we're going to bring the leg a little bit more forward. So bring your foot forward, turn your toes, bringing yourself over into your skandasana. We're going to do skandasana over on the left side. So we're going to shift over, find that left side skandasana. Reach and extend the arms up and bend the right knee. Reach the arms back behind you. Open your heart, open your chest. Really opening this side of the body. Then when you're ready, just bring yourself back down onto the mat. You can take the legs out any place that they're comfortable. Lift the hips a little bit, so you can walk yourself forward, and just allow your body to relax. Toes can come any direction they want. And just breathe in any space that's going on, anything that's going on in the hips, the back, the body, the mind. Keeping clear and centered. On your next inhalation, roll yourself up and then bring yourself over towards your right leg. And just see if you can grab on, pushing that left hip down a little bit. And then bring yourself back to the center and then over towards the left leg. Extend and stretch. And bring yourself back and grab onto your leg, pull yourself forward. And I want you to roll down a vertebra at a time. Taking your knees up towards the sky for a moment. Press your lower back in and just connect your lower back to the earth. If you need to take a back bend or a bridge pose, you can. If not, I just want you to settle in. And start to feel what's going on in the body. The energy that's at work. Maybe take a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. And be okay with where you are today. Since this has all happened, my mind is a little jumbled. And I'm giving myself an okay about it being a little jumbled. And sometimes we need to just give ourselves an okay when things are a little overwhelming, when things are a little out of whack. It's okay that we're not at our total best. And allowing ourselves to be a little flawed. And from here, if you want to just take your hands, maybe bring the knees over towards the right side, stacking one knee over the left. Bring your arm out towards the side. Maybe gazing in the opposite direction of your knees. And when you're ready, bring your knees back up towards the ceiling, and then just bring your knees to the other side. Reaching that arm out, maybe gazing in that direction. And then bring those knees back into your chest, grabbing onto your knees, moving a little side to side. When you're ready, grab onto the backs of the legs, rolling a few times forward and back on your spine. And then I want you to just come into your Shavasana. Wherever you are in your Shavasana, allow yourself to just melt. in the coming weeks, I want you to give yourself permission to not be at your 100% best, to not be your perfect self. It's okay. When things come into and kind of threaten our hierarchy of needs, something else sometimes has to give. And our inability to forgive ourselves for all the little mistakes that we make leads to an inability to not forgive others for the little mistakes they make. We are all in this together. And we are all flawed. It's something we all have in common. Even on our best day, we're flawed. We are going to fumble in certain areas. And allowing ourselves to be human. And being okay with being human. Even embracing our humanness allows us to be better versions of ourselves. And so thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you for being okay with my fumbles and my little mistakes. And I welcome you a week, a month, a year, a decade, a lifetime of self-love and self-forgiveness for all of your little mistakes as well.